I have a condition called prosopagnosia, which means I do not have the ability to recognize faces. I was playing football with my older cousin when I was 8 years old. While I was running, my cousin kicked the ball, intending it to fly over my head. Instead, it hit me directly behind my right ear, right where the part of the brain that processes faces happens to be. Needless to say, it became unfunctional, and I lost my ability to recognize faces. I do not blame my cousin, we were just having fun. My vision isn't affected in any other way, just facial recognition. Faces are not blurry or anything, they just don't mean anything. I can tell if someone has a nose or eyes, but I can't place them to a specific person. The way I recognize my family and friends is through mannerisms, hair, voices. Voices is a big one, but that doesn't matter right now. I wish I could explain more, but I am in a rush. You see, something has happened and I'm worried about my safety. Okay. I turned 19 a few months ago, and had been searching for a cheap apartment close enough to where I work for nearly half a year at that point. I know some people might see that as too young, but I felt ready and had been saving from my job for a couple of years. I finally found one that fit perfectly into my budget. I couldn't believe my luck. Anyway, after I had gotten the lease sorted out, I had packed all of my belongings and had moved in relatively quick. Life finally felt like it was going how I wanted it to. I had just set up my record player and was unpacking my stuff while listening to a new record I had bought. When I got a knock at the door, I wasn't sure who it could be because barely anyone knew my address. I opened the door and saw someone standing there. It took me a few seconds to realize who it was, but I figured out pretty quickly it was my mother. I could tell because of her hair, and I had seen her wear that jacket at least 100 times. I asked her what she was doing here. She responded, "I was just checking in on you. Did you need help unpacking? If not, we can just get something to eat." She asked me unusually cheerfully. Not wanting her to go through my things, I took up the offer of going out to eat. She told me she took a taxi here as her car was out of fuel. I thought it was a little weird, but brushed it off and we went in my car. "So, do you have a sore throat or something? Your voice seems a little off today." I asked her something along those words. "Yeah, just a cold, that's all. Don't worry about it, okay?" she told me. Oh God, how I wished I worried about it. We get to the restaurant. Really, it is just a rundown diner owned by the sweetest old couple I've ever met. Once we get out, I noticed my mother was being slightly more speedy than usual. I know that sounds stupid, but I pick up on things like this more than the average person. It helps me to recognize people. "Whoa, slow down there," I called out to her in a joking manner. She laughed and opened the restaurant door waiting for me. I noticed her searching her handbag for something. Sunglasses? Sunglasses? We are going indoors. I questioned her, confused. "Just trying out a new style, hon. You don't mind, do you?" she asked me innocently. Beginning to feel like an ass, I told her everything was fine. I should have known. God, how could I be so stupid? As we sat down, the waitress comes up to us. Her name was Annabelle, and we were relatively close. Not friend close, but small town close. I knew it was Annabelle due to the watch she was wearing. She never changed it or took it off. I noticed she was staring at my mother with her eyebrows creased. I can tell when people have different emotions on their faces, but sometimes it is hard to tell, especially if they are trying to hide it. "You look a little different today, Margaret. Are you trying out a new line of makeup? I think it looks really good." Annabelle asked my mother. "Yes, I'm so glad you noticed. Just been trying out some new things recently," my mother responded. They continued to talk for 5 minutes before we placed our order. I had not eaten all day, so I quickly tucked in. I was halfway through a potato waffle when I get a phone call from my sister. The second I put the phone to my ear, I was met with her screaming frantically. Whoa, calm down. I can't understand you. What's happening? Are you okay?" I asked, suddenly terrified. "It's Mom. Oh God, Charlie, the police are here now. How could this happen?" she sobbed down the phone. "Wait, what?" I asked, watching the woman in front of me continue to eat. "She's been murdered, Charlie. Someone killed her," my sister screamed down the phone. My blood ran cold. I had a million thoughts running through my mind. How, when, and most importantly, who the fuck was sitting across from me then? The lady who claimed to be my mother must have noticed a shade of green on my face turn as she asked me, "What's wrong, hon?" Excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom. I feel a little sick. I managed to squeeze out, and I am currently writing this in the men's bathroom with the door locked. My phone's credit has run out and I rarely use any social media, meaning I don't have anyone I can ring from my mobile data. I need to call the police, but oh god. I have thrown up 3 times and I think I can hear this sweet old couple and Annabelle screaming. Who is this sick fuck? What has she done to my mother? And oh god, she's knocking on the door now. I'm gonna call the police.